flag this afternoon in the 109th running of the Indy 500. Race week's, though, has been overshadowed by another cheating scandal involving Penske Racing, which includes two-time defending Indy 500 champ Josef Newgarden. He and Penske teammate Will Power will start at the back of the 33-car field due to penalties handed out to Team Penske Racing this week. But Newgarden, because of his exceptional qualifying time, still has the third best odds to take home what would be an historic third straight Indy 500 win. According to ESPN Bet Sportsbook, Pato Award's the slight favorite to take the checkered flag. He'll start third in today's race. Our Ryan McGee's in Indy with a former Indy 500 champ.
You were looking at the 1963 Indy 500 winning car. They called it Calhoun, driven by Parnelli Jones. There's still a lot of people in Europe angry about this car because they thought it should have been black flag, just leaking a little oil. The man who will drive this car today is the man that won this race, 6 years after this. Mario Andretti, how are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing well. Thank you. Yeah.
What is it like to get in this car that was made famous by your friend who we all miss? What's it like to go around the racetrack in a car? Quite frankly, you and I were talking about these tires aren't new.
Well, they'll have to do, though. We'll do the best we can. But you know what? This is something so special for me because it's not only that it's a winner and it's Parnelli Jones, but Parnelli Jones and I became really good friends. The families bonded. And then my grandson Marco is driving number 98 today, so I hope that's a good omen.
Yeah, no, me too. And we all miss Parnelli Jones. He passed away a year ago. But you mentioned Marco. I think about the 1981 race, which I still think you won, by the way. But you started in the back and made your way to the front. Marco is starting next to last row. Obviously, a couple of really fast Penske cars are on the last row. What's the key to making your way through the field on a day like that?
Well, you got to play the strategies, you know what I mean? You got to plan A, B, C, D, and then just along the way to be able to implement, whatever it is. Because, at 500 miles, there is some strategy to it. And, again, it's really, the way the field is, it's almost anybody's race. And I don't think this race, like last year, is going to be decided until the last lap, quite honestly, so it's that competitive. But, again, talking about Marco, he's got a job to do, obviously. Anybody starts from the back, but it's possible.
And Marco's 20th Indy 500, I believe. You talk about that brotherhood that you have with Parnelli Jones. A.J. Foyt's right around the corner over here. What does this place mean? You and I were just talking about the fact there's no other sporting event like this one.
Well, for sure. For us, this is really the they talk about Super Bowl, but actually, I think it's even bigger for us. But it is. It's the diamond of all the events, and this is one race that can probably determine the path of your career, only because it provides us opportunities that probably never existed before. So it's got the value of a championship, and that's a lot.
Well, he knows it. Won this race in 1969. Will be in the 1963 winning car during the pre-race ceremony. Is Mario Andretti.
Joins us now from Indy, and Newgarden joined Marty and McGee just yesterday. And Ryan, what did he tell you about how he's approaching today's race with the Penske cheating scandal just hanging over their heads?
Yeah, just imagine this, right? So let's say you're playing in the Super Bowl, and not only are you the face, fair or unfair, of this cheating scandal, but the three bosses of your team are all fired the week of the biggest event of the year. That's what Josef Newgarden has dealt with. And so what do leaders do? They lead. This is an IndyCar champion. This is the two-time defending champion of this race. And so what is he focused on? The team, the team, the team.
I'm really focused on locking into the race with my team. That's what I've got to do. I've got to get through this weekend. It's a big deal to try and stay focused on what our job is. And, we've got a great opportunity in front of us, I think, to go after another win here in Indy. And you can't let that slip. You cannot let that slip. So I think trying to stay very focused on what tomorrow is and what we need to be doing to show up and be ready for the race, that's the only mindset I have right now. It's the only thing I can think about. So I'm ready to go. Excited to be here, like always. Like I said, I love this place. There's nothing that would wipe the smile off my face here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and ready just to see what we can put together.
Now, I can tell you firsthand, the most impatient people in the world are race car drivers. So what is Josef Newgarden talking about having to be on this Sunday? Patient. And that also goes to his pit crew. And he has said, we're starting on the last row. I have to pick my spots, but I can't wait too long. And the pit crew can't overdo it trying to get him to the front too soon. So talk to Scott Dixon, who is one of the all-time greatest Mount Rushmore IndyCar driver. And he said, I have no question. He's starting fourth. He said, I will see Josef Newgarden up with us before this race is over with.
Yeah, you talked about most impatient people in the world. You scared me for a minute. I thought you were going to mention my toddler there. I was a little bit worried.
Well, yeah, mine too. They should hang out. Yeah, they should hang out.
They should hang out. Thanks so much for the insight.